And I wanted to introduce my new friend and colleague who will be working with me in the Office of Multilingual Learners. Fidelina, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name is Fidelina. I am the new member working with Jill. I come with the New York City Service program. So I'm going to be working with her for the next 10 months and looking forward to just collaborating and contributing.
Thank you. And my colleague, Tammy Wang. Wang.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Tammy Wang. I am the Director of Bilingual Curriculum Instruction, supporting mostly secondary schools, so looking at middle schools and high schools. And so I'm very excited to be here in this community.
Thank you. And I wanted to introduce Dr. Du, who will be leading this, pretty much facilitating. She's the content expert, and I am just the facilitator for this. So Dr. Du, sorry, I don't have a slide with your information. You're at Salem State. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Thank you, Jill. So I'm currently an assistant professor at Salem State University. I work with teacher candidates and also classroom teachers. I do coaching, I do supervision. That's pretty much of it. And I also do research on bilingual, just Mandarin, English, bilingual classroom case studies, and some research on that, and also community education.
Great, thank you so much. So this is our first of many sessions together. And so we wanted to kind of come together with some community agreements and bring your experience, please share it. This is the first time we've had a language specific professional learning community like this. And I admit I am not proficient in Mandarin. So I am feeling like a learner here. And I also understand the value of translanguaging and getting your ideas out in whichever language feels more comfortable to you. So we will facilitate and talk in English, but as you feel comfortable speaking in Mandarin, please do. Ask your questions. We are all learners. Be generous, sharing is caring. So we'll find out if you're the only teacher in your school, how you're sharing resources and collaborating with each other. We'll see if we can kind of create an email list for this group so we can keep in touch. Expect and accept non-closure. This is one of my favorite norms because we have till 4:30 today, and we will not solve all the problems solve all the challenges or get to talk about everything. So let's expect that we're going to do as much as we can before 4:30 and accept that. And then we'll have another session soon. And it's a safe space, confidential community. So I am recording this just for internal cohort, but it's not going to be shared back with your administrators. I'm not going to be telling them what comes up for you. So really it is a space to just learn. Anything you'd like to share that you want to add to the community agreements or questions you have before we get started as a community related to this? No. These seem sufficient for now? Okay, cool. No sean tímida. Okay, we'll start from here and I will keep going. So I am going to set up a Google shared drive. So we will invite you to a shared drive, which is going to pop up on your left side, and it's going to be an individual folder for you. So that'll be helpful for you, hopefully. Sorry, okay. So, so the slides from today will be available in there. So I just wanted to share again, I'm in the Office of Multilingual Learners. And we have 3 key priorities. We really want welcoming and inclusive schools, our students and their families. Pathways to multilingualism, you are key partners in this, right? You're the ones teaching the language classes, helping students get the seal of biliteracy, or middle school teachers, you're helping the students pass checkpoint A by the time they leave you. and preparing global leaders and real opportunities for students to become global leaders. It's exciting with the revised standards, and next session, next Thursday already, actually, November 6th, we're going to talk about the revised standards, some resources related to that. And so this is the Office of Multilingual Learners, in which I sit. So the essential question for our whole series is what we can learn from our collective experiences to identify challenges and opportunities in teaching Mandarin. So actually, Dr. Du, should I turn it over to you? And do we want to do a go around of introductions now, or just we'll wait till they do their favorite quotes?
We can do the go around introduction now, and then we can, take from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll just quickly go over our times. Yeah, let's just go over who we are right now. So very quickly, like 30 seconds, I'll stop sharing my screen so we can see each other's faces. Your name, your school, and obviously you all teach Mandarin, but level. So I'll start with Jiazi, you're first in my screen, and then you'll call on someone else. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
My name is Jiazi Ling Jiazi. This is my currently 9th year of teaching Mandarin Chinese. I currently teach level 1 and level 2. And I also work with Office of Assessment, creating the world language exams for the city. So I know most of the levels. I'm teaching in Brooklyn Technical High School.
Great.
On my screen, the next person is 钟老师钟波.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Bo Zhang. 我是钟老师钟波. This is my first year teaching Chinese, and thank you. And I'm the only Mandarin teacher in this school in junior high school 3A3, and it's the first time this school has a Chinese teacher, and so there are a lot of things I need to learn, and I would love to learn from all the teachers too, learn from your experiences. And yes, my school is in District 32 in Brooklyn too. Yes, thank you.
Thanks. Do you want to call on someone? Your pronunciation is so much better with these names.
Thank you. 高老师，高美兰老师。
Sorry, I was muted. I'm Karen Gao-Mei-Lan. I teach at Marble Hill in the Bronx, and I have been teaching Chinese for a long time, but I'm primarily an E&L teacher, actually. And so I only teach one section of Chinese at a time, and I follow them up through the levels. So right now I'm teaching level 1, and then it would be level 2, then level 3. Then I would go back to level 1 after they graduate. Did I say everything? Okay.
That's
All
great.
right. Let's see. Li 老师, Li Hong.
谢谢高老师. Thank you, Karen. My 我叫李红. My name is Hong Li, and it's my first year to teach in the New York City public school. I taught Chinese before, but it's not for mostly for adults in China and in Madagascar. And currently, in my school is also the first year they have Chinese, so all of my students, they are level 1. But I do have some heritage speakers, so I may have question for the seal by literacy. So I'm interested for this. Thank you. I will call 王老师, Wang Yanyan.
Hello everyone, my name is Yan Yan. I am a middle school Mandarin teacher. I teach at Mercury Middle School in Bayside, Queens. I taught 6th, 7th, 8th grade beginner Chinese. This is my second year also teaching heritage Chinese with our wonderful support from our central office and with the JLG support too. Yeah. Great to see everyone. And I'm gonna ask my colleague, Mrs. Chen, to share. Chen 老师.
谢谢王老师. Thank you, Miss Wang. This is my first year teaching Mandarin. And yeah, I was a ENL teacher, and this year I'm teaching like both an ENL class and Mandarin class. And my students are all beginner. And yeah, I'm teaching in MS 150A in Bayside. Yeah, nice to meet you guys all. And I'm gonna go. Can you walk?
I already introduced myself earlier.
Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
But talk
Uh,
about your work, Tammy, if
Oh,
you have
sure.
the HLA piece. Yeah.
This is a great opportunity to do that. So again, I support bilingual programs and, Chinese being a very big population of our students and bilingual programs. This past summer, we've developed a 6th grade home language arts curriculum with teachers. So we are piloting that with some of our schools that have 6th grade bilingual programs, Mandarin bilingual programs, and we're getting good feedback from them. They're really providing a lot of feedback, but there's also areas we can improve and we're revising as we go, and that's why it's a pilot. Next year, we're hoping to release it citywide. So if any of you teach 6th grade home language arts, you can definitely use it. And then we're also looking to develop this summer 7th and 8th grade. So if there's any interest for procession opportunities, it's open up to any Mandarin speaker, world language teachers, or if you have a common branch bilingual extension in Chinese, you're all welcome to apply for this position. If you're really interested in curriculum development with us, per session opportunity in the summer. And if you teach 7th and 8th grade CLA, right, next year, you are also welcome to participate in the pilot. You also get per session for that as well. Okay, so that's some of our work that's coming up. Okay, I will pass it over to Zhang 老师.
That me? Okay, I'm the only one. Last name is Zhang. Yeah, thank you. So my name is Yunji Zhan. I'm currently teaching at LMG High School in Brooklyn. And I teach Mandarin 1, 2, 3, and also AP because I'm a kind of like the first and the only Chinese teacher, Mandarin teacher in my school. So so I teach all the different levels. Yeah, but the biggest problem I'm encountering is differentiation because the students' body is very diverse. So that's the thing that I would like to learn from you guys, from the colleagues. Yeah, thank you. And I would like to call on Gao 老师.
Thank
Okay.
you. I'm the other Gao 老师. Yeah, just know when they say Gao 老师, I was, oh, it's me, but it's not. Hi, everyone. My name is Gao Lun. So I'm teaching in Queens, District 25, PSMs 219, and this is my 13 years of teaching Mandarin. But different from other schools, our school, the Mandarin program, like different from like level 1 to 3, it's all mixed level in one class, so it's always my challenging. So I would love to learn from everybody. Give me some ideas. We can inspire by discussions and case study and everything. Thank you, everyone. I will pass on to who else? 莫老师.
Okay, thanks so much. Yeah, my name, 大家好，我是莫盖文, Gavin Emmer. This is my 5th year of teaching Mandarin, but this is my 2nd year in the public school. So last year I made the switch from private schools to the DOE. So my license area is in Spanish. So I'm at NYC Lab School for Collaborative Studies in Chelsea, Manhattan. So I primarily teach Spanish 1, but previously I taught middle school Mandarin at a private school in Connecticut. And yeah, I finished my master's in Chinese at Middlebury last summer, and then also last year I finished my postbac in Spanish 7 to 12 at CUNY Queens College. And yeah, I love using textbooks. It's sort of an untraditional approach. I know it's not the best way in some scenarios. And also I love that when I give quizzes, I never grade handwriting. So I only grade typing. So another unconventional approach in Mandarin. Yeah. Oh, and also I'm the only Mandarin teacher at my current school. So this is my 2nd time like building a Mandarin program from scratch.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry, I called the next one. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe let's see. Ling Li? Has Ling Li? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Ling Li, and currently I work in the Queens, yeah, 419, the middle school. Actually, this is my second year work in the DOE, but the first year for the middle school for the checkpoint A. So I really hope everybody can share great resources, for me. I really need that. So I think this is a good platform for us to share. So yeah, glad to see you guys. Okay. Yeah. So next one I would like to call, oh, is Lin Jiawen.
Yes. Hi everyone, I'm Zhaowen. Students call me Miss Lin or Lin 老师. This is my third year in DOE, but my first year in this new school. It's also middle school. It's MS 428 in Sunset Park. We are a dual language school. This is also my first year doing the checkpoint A test with my students. So I'm also looking for some resources. All right, that is it. I'm gonna pass it on to 邓老师.
Hello, 我是 sorry. So I'm in New York High School. This is my 10th year of teaching Chinese. I've taught many levels, including home language arts and language programs. So we have 2 programs in our school. There are 5 Chinese teachers in total. I'm one of them. And yeah, I'm currently teaching level 2 and level 3. So region class and next year's region class. Next, I would call on 叶老师.
Hi everyone, I'm sorry I'm late because like traffic. Just get back here. 我叫叶老师，我叫厉心叶，叶厉心。This is my first year teaching in DOE school. I already have like over 10 years teaching, but in private school in my previous experience. The big challenge is the classroom management. I'm teaching 8th grade because I'm in IS 224, no, 234. So this school is like second year they opened the Mandarin class, and they do have a Spanish class as well, but Spanish they already have a couple years. This is like second year. And then our school foreign language, the student only learn 1 year. And it's very special for my school. There's only 2 classes a week. But I have 11 classes. So it's amazing, right? But it's crazy. So I want to learn from every teachers and share some like classroom management and like teaching idea. Good to hear and happy to see everyone here. Yep. And my last one.
Sharon, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sharon Cui, and kids usually call me Mrs. Lam. That's my husband's last name. So I've been teaching in Westchester and Connecticut, and I've been teaching private schools, public schools over there. So my experience, I've been teaching actually pre-K all the way up to AP and IB. My students did really well. They got a 7 out of 7 IB, so I was very happy for them. I am in DOE. This is my first year. I'm over in PS 200, PSMS 200. This is the first time that they have a Mandarin program. So it's very new. I reached out to Ms. Schimmel because of our checkpoint A question that we're trying to figure out. But I'm very excited to learn from everyone. Same issues, classroom management, keeping interest, how to encourage students, to get beyond the challenges of having to learn characters. So, like that. Nice to meet everyone.
Thank you. And central colleague, Cynthia Bridgewater Walsh. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Yes, I'm so sorry about being late. Yes, hi, my name is Cynthia, and I teach Mandarin and German at the Academy for Software Engineering. That would be 11th and 12th grade. Students usually only get a year of Mandarin. This year it's, well, one set of students has their second year, and I'm really excited about this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Dorcas is still commuting. Are you able to introduce yourself? Maybe she'll introduce herself in the chat. And Melissa Sanabria, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Melissa Sanabria. I work with the Central Bilingual Special Education team. I work with Carolina Liriano, in case any of you know who she is. And I am the instructional coach, and I support all of our BSE program schools that have either Spanish or Mandarin programs citywide, so districts 1 to 32. I'm also really happy to be here, so thank you, Jill.
Absolutely. So I try to mute when you all are talking so there's no background noise. Glad you're all here. This is new for me again, and we have Dr. Du as our expert in this. It will be a learning space. I will just acknowledge, let's just do a round of applause. Like, you're all doing an amazing job. I will ask you when you go to the collaborative slides, or maybe we'll put it in a Google Doc or something, but how many students you have. Does anyone think they have the most students? Anyone over 200? 300? I'll get the number later. We'll get it in an Excel
I
document.
have three more hundred, more than 300.
Yeah, I think this community, it's going to be like what, like, I don't know, 5,000 students at least who you're teaching this year. So really making an impact with this collaborative community. So I'm going to, Dr. Du, I'll stop share. Well, do you want to share your screen and kind of take over with the essential question and?
Yeah, sure. I can share my screen.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just find it. Are you all seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, great. I'm sorry about my voice. I'm still like recovering from a sickness. It's the viral season. All right. Yeah. Yeah, thank you all for telling us about yourself and your teaching experiences, and you're already talking about some of the challenges. We'll also get to creating a list of successes and challenges and opportunities in this space. And hopefully over the year, we'll get to, tackle all those. So work on those together, share resources and support each other. And I'm very excited to learn from all of you here. I think in this space, I'm gonna learn a lot from your firsthand experiences as classroom teachers. All right, so thank you for being here. So today's session, we're gonna focus on community building. So the essential question here is really, we're going to generate lists of successes and challenges, and we'll maybe keep expanding those lists as we, as we talk more and see each other more in the following sessions. So here. So for today, we're going to focus on reflecting on our personal teaching journey. All of you kind of already started doing it, talking about some of the challenges that you face in your everyday teaching. We'll also work on identifying some shared successes in teaching Mandarin. And I would like to introduce a framework after we all shared kind of our teaching experiences afterwards. I want to share a framework that kind of guides the reflection and the practices of teachers and Mandarin teachers from a linguistically and culturally sustaining perspective, and hopefully invite some thoughts from our group. So that's also what we'll do, in the end of our session today. To get us started, I would like everyone to, and Jill, we have this on the collaborative slides, right?
I put it in the chat. Yep. If
Okay.
you click on that, everyone should be able to edit those slides. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So just take a minute and think about one Chinese phrase, proverb, saying that best describe your teaching philosophy. 就是大家认为什么 and Jill, I hope you don't mind me just yeah. 就是大家认为哪一个就是中文的成语呀，或者是俗语呀，或者是中文的词语、句子、短语最能够形容你的教学理念，然后就可以放在我们那个一起大家 share 的那个 slides 里面。
And I'll add that, so there's space on slides 3, 4, 5, and I pre-populated with the folks who were registered, but I'm so glad to have other people that joined. So so 3, 4, 5, if you registered before today, you should be on there. And apologies, it'll be out of order, but if you just signed up today, like Chen Lao Shi and others, please add your name on slide 6 and take a box. And Nan, I think Deng Lao Shi, you're on slide 5. Is everyone able to type in their little box?
Sorry, do you know how I access the Google Slides? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's in the chat at, I just put them in the chat. Can you access them?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. Take a minute for that.
And I'm gonna invite maybe 2 to 3 volunteers to share what you mean. Give it a few more seconds.
I tried to insert pictures, but I could not.
邓老师
Okay, don't worry about that for now, but we'll take a screenshot at the end and all of your little names will be next to your faces. So I'll put that in there.
All right. So some of you are still putting in your philosophy, but let's have maybe 2 to 3 volunteers to share what you mean when you put it there. I just thought it's interesting to do this because before I've always thought about and talking about my teaching philosophy in English. Now that most of my teaching context is here. And the other day I was just thinking, like, if I were to look for a Chinese saying to describe my teaching philosophy, what would that be? So I just thought it's interesting and I want to share that experience with all of you. All right, so I guess I'll share mine first. I didn't put it there. Actually, I saw a same one, 因材施教. So that's my like 因材施教, because I always think about student-centered teaching and individualize and how we can tailor our curriculum and our teaching materials to students' individual needs and really grow with the students. So I find that phrase really echoes with my teaching philosophy. Yeah. So can I have maybe 2 volunteers to share yours?
I can go first.
Sorry. Thank you, 王老师.
Mine was 教学相长. I think in the journey of teaching, I can always learn from my students how I can better shape my strategies to approach them, to assess them. Their feedback, their reflections really teach me a lot. Like how do I differentiate? How do I give more like better instructions or better support to my students? So that's why I put that one.
谢谢王老师.
Okay, I can share mine if you don't mind. Yeah, so I put two. One is 有教无类, another is 寓教于乐. So 有教无类, I think is we have a very diverse student body, like native speakers, heritage speakers, or native speakers, or without any background before. So that's one. And also we have gifted students or students with IEP or with the ESL, different background. So this one, I think we should use this kind of mindset. No matter what kind of situation a student has, then we can always find a way to teach them well. That's the first one, 有教无类. And the second one is 寓教于乐, is I'm always trying to make my teaching fun, to engage the students. For example, to give them the movie making project, and also use some current trending tools or technology. For example, let students to make a vlog or using AI to do a short video, whatever. So let them lead the learning, make it fun. Yeah, thank you.
谢谢张老师. It's so important. I hope you will share more with us all the fun activities and meaningful activities that you're doing with your students, like making podcasts and incorporating AI. And also, Wang Laoshi, I think is such an important stance to take, like a co-learning perspective with your students. So your students not just learn from you, you also learn from your students. Just like everyone here, we're all learning from each other. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, so we already shared this before, that we're gonna do a lot of reflection today and also do some rethinking about Mandarin teaching, and hopefully by using the framework of a linguistic and culturally sustaining perspective, will open doors to more possibilities in how we can rethink about some of the classroom activities that we already do in our classroom. What are some new possibilities? All right, so we're gonna move on to, while I'm talking, if you have any question or comment, feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll definitely get to them. Our first group activity is a think and share, and I want to do this one humble brag because I feel like as teachers and educators, we are constantly reflecting, and sometimes I feel like we're too hard on ourselves. Like we always feel like after a lesson, oh my God, I think this lesson didn't go well because of such and such. But I also feel like there are a lot of moments and successes that we need to highlight, and we need to just say, yes, I did a good job. So I want to start with this group activity. We'll do one humble brag. So you will take a minute and think of a moment in your teaching. It could be recent, it could be in the past, that, sorry, that really made you proud and feel like you really want to share this success with others. Some of the sentence starters that I put here is like 我教中文过程中最让我骄傲的一次，或者是我觉得自己教中文最成功的一点是。One success I've had, one humble brag I have about my teaching is. And then in small groups, you will generate a list of successes. You can write this, share this in Mandarin, in English, or in both, whichever language you prefer. Jill, are we doing the breakout rooms now, or
Yeah, we
want-
can do breakout rooms.
Yeah.
Of like 3 or 2. Do you want pairs?
I think 3 is good. How many do we have here? 22.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
20. Yeah, so I'll create 7 breakout rooms. There might be 1 pair. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
So how many minutes would you like to give them?
So let's try 5 minutes and see if we need more. Yeah.
Okay. And then if you still have that collaborative slide deck open, I believe it's slides 8 and 9 that you can capture and share your own. Okay. Cool. 5 minutes. The blue button will open up and click on that and have fun. So is it just us? Okay, cool. What's the darkest? I'm gonna move Dorcas over. Oh, you're in, right now, Lung Gao. I'm gonna move him to 1.
Okay.
Because, yeah, there wasn't any other teachers in there. I just moved him. Okay. And then, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop, pause the recording.
Our class. Oh, thank you, Jill. So after class, a student walked to her and told her, I want to be you in the future. And I just thought it was so powerful, right? So like teachers are really making an impact.
We want we'll wait till everyone's back. Is everyone back now?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we want all of your students to see themselves as the next generation of language teachers. So hopefully they're inspired by your class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you all have access to this list, and some of you are still finishing up. That's okay. You can just keep typing and put your success there. Um, Well, for the rest of you, we can start to think about, okay, so those are the successes that I want to continue, and I want to highlight some of the practices that I want to leverage on, right? And we also want to think about some of the challenges, and you've already shared like classroom management and teaching multi-level classes. Some of those already. Feel free to put it in the list later also, and think just take a minute and think about what's one challenge that you would like all of us to address in this space as a support, just to talk to each other, right? Whether or not you're still working on it. For example, like 教课最让我头疼的是什么? Like things like you walk into your class every day, and when you prepare your lessons, you feel like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. And every time you have to think about it. One challenge I often face is, and if I could learn more about something, it might help me, right? So think about that, and we'll take another 5 minutes to share in your small group, and don't forget to put it on the shared slides also.
Do we want to go back into breakout rooms?
Yeah,
Okay.
for another 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna open them again. You're gonna get to know these people. Maybe, yeah, we'll keep it the same room. So I'm gonna open it. And all of you should have had at least another teacher, right? Mandarin teacher. So click on the blue join and see you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Stop recording. Okay, go ahead.
All right, great. Just take a minute. You probably shared already in your small group about your challenges. Just take a minute and put it on the list so we can always come back to these two lists. And I'm seeing so much of you are like so many of you are so proud of your students' growth as your humble brag. And I just want to say, after you put your challenge, I want to say that when we come back to this, we want to see our growth as well. All right, so take a minute to do that. Thank you so much. All right. Okay.
Still type.
Yes. Characters seeing, yeah. So we're
Sorry.
seeing,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, sorry, it's a little messy. I miss Jamboard so much. And so it's hard like to type in, maybe I'll add extra slides or whatever. I'm sorry. It's a little messy right now with white font and everything. So I'll fix it up.
Yeah, so I'm seeing some themes here, like how to teach characters. 感叹号。怎么教汉字? Lots of a few classroom management, heritage speakers, also absolute beginners, mixed levels. Speaking and writing is always a challenge in teaching Mandarin, teaching Chinese. All right. And hopefully some of the resources or, some of the at least thinking that I want to share with all of you today can get you like on some ideas to think about how you can reflect on your current practices and encourage more like learning opportunities, motivate students. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. All right, so thank you for sharing your journey, your successes and challenges. So like I said, through this year-long community learning that we come in community leverage, hopefully we can come in community to leverage some of the successes and we can look for opportunities for growth together. So to sort of close today's session and also to begin the following sessions, right? As a kickoff, I would like to share with you a framing to Mandarin teaching and learning, and also hear your thoughts on this. So take a minute, just look at this visual on the slide. In this visual or in this framing, you see a circle with three main components: ways of knowing, ways of being, and ways of languaging. And in the middle of the circle are some examples of these interwoven components, like funds of knowledge, transnational experiences, translanguaging, intergenerational knowledge, and experiences. By presenting this framing to all of you, I invite you to think how Mandarin teaching and learning space can be reimagined across grade levels and programs. Because I think we have like a diverse groups here, right? So we teach different programs and different grade levels. So just take a few seconds to look at this visual and take notes of some of your thoughts, whether it's a question or a comment. And later we'll do a quick share. All right. It could be a comment that I've heard about ways of knowing before, or this is my first time hearing languaging, and I would like to learn more about how we embrace students' intergenerational knowledge and experiences. Any question or comment like that? And feel free to unmute yourself or put in the chat any comment or question you have about this visual here.
I was gonna say, like it makes me think about when students are opening up to a new language, and it's like using anything that's in their repertoire. So within your circle, you have funds of knowledge, transnational experiences, translanguaging, intergenerational knowledge and experiences. The kids are pulling from their toolbox, and acquiring that new information, and then integrating with what they already know and using the tools that they have used before to acquire that information, and allowing them to share their, I guess, home experiences and whatever that they're exposed to, so that they can make sense of this new language and then integrating it into their funds of knowledge, if that sounds right.
Yes, such a great point. And as you were talking, like I'm noticing that all the, all the examples that you share, your thinking that you share is really focused on the student, is really centered on the student's experience. Yes. 谢谢崔老师。
是的，是的。
谢谢崔老师. Anyone else would like to share? You can also put in the chat if you have.
Can I piggyback off what Sharon said? The translanguaging bit, excuse me, that just made me think of how I have many students who actually speak other languages besides English as well. And sometimes it's really helpful to use all their language resources to think about Chinese, right? So I have a lot of students who speak Spanish, and sometimes it's actually more helpful to make a connection to like the Spanish structure, the way they would say it in Spanish, than to English. And of course, students have already the process of having learned another language in their head. So they bring all of those experiences to bear when they come to Chinese class.
Yeah. 高老师, that's a great point to really leverage students' linguistic resources and to also help them further improve that metalinguistic awareness, right? When they learn multiple languages. 谢谢高老师. We can have one more volunteer. Anyone else would like to share your thoughts on this?
I guess I have one question. The phrase ways of being that really caught my interest, and I'm trying to think about like what that would mean in my classroom, and yeah, so.
谢谢莫老师, thank you. And I do have a few examples in the following slides, and let's see if like after viewing these examples that may answer a question. Yeah, thank you. All right, so the first example here starts with a question for all of you. 你们知道筷子的起源吗? Think about it. Also, feel free to unmute yourself if you know something about it, if you've read about it. Take a guess.
So my class read an article last year about chopsticks history. So long ago, people used the long two sticks to cook. They were used for cooking first, and then slowly, Chinese people started getting smarter, and then they make the chopsticks shorter, and they eventually becomes a utensil for eating. So at first, it was a long stick to cook, and then now it turns into a short stick to eat. Yeah.
谢谢林老师.谢谢林老师. I have to admit that before coming across this video that I'm about to show you, I had never thought about this question before because chopsticks are just something we use every day. Like since I was born, I was probably seeing chopsticks on the table. It's just to answer Mo Lao's question, it's just the way of us being in the world, right? And I had never asked the question where they came from. So in this video, it's a very quick video. It's a 1-minute video. The author Grace Lin tells a Chinese legend, 一个传说，是跟大禹治水有关的, right? That's also related to the origin of chopsticks. And we'll listen to it together, and then I'll have you share your thoughts afterwards.
Hello, today's 1-minute myth is about chopsticks. Why do the Chinese use chopsticks? Well, lots of reasons, but a big one is that the great Chinese philosopher Confucius believed that dining could cultivate a person's character, and he saw forks and knives as more like weapons, not something that would promote harmony. So he encouraged the use of chopsticks, which he considered refined. And soon, people began to see the use of forks and knives at the table as uncivilized. But the chopstick was invented way before Confucius, at least according to legend. The myth goes that in ancient China, the Yellow River would constantly flood. A man named Yu, who would later become emperor and be called Yu the Great, realized they needed to build a huge irrigation and trenching system to stop the floods. It was a huge project. Remember, this was before machines or technology, and Yu had to lead it. So, of course, he was quite busy. He was always working and spent as little time as possible eating and sleeping. Well, one day, Yu was working so hard that he didn't stop to eat until late afternoon, and by then he was ravenous. But just as his food had finished cooking and was dished into a bowl, he was urgently called far upstream. Yu grabbed his food and tried to eat it as he raced to the problem, but the food burned his fingers. So he grabbed 2 twin sticks from a nearby branch and used those to feed himself, and thus chopsticks were invented. For more...
That's it. What do you think? Do you think that's how they were invented?
No, I don't think so.
What are some of your thoughts? 李红老师，你怎么想？ Feel free to share in any language you prefer. Yeah.
因为我觉得筷子是一个，就因为对我来说，就像刚才您说的，从出生到现在都就是一直，至少出生之后没有用过，但是一直见，然后等到长大一点就开始学习用筷子这种，就是筷子是一个比较日常的东西。但是如果说到起源，大家都哦，也不是大家，感觉中国的所有就是起源都必须跟名人有关系。但是我觉得这是非常日常的东西，肯定是从普通的人的生活来的，而不是跟跟这个名人有关。但是说到起源，大家可能都不是，就是说到起源就要跟名人挂上钩。我觉得是，嗯，就是大家就是劳动人民的智慧，就是有了筷子，这是我认为的。
哦，很好，谢谢李红老师。还有没有其他的想法？Okay. Yeah. So after hearing this legend, right? After 大禹治水. So in that legend, I want to make a quick connection here because I saw some of you mentioned teaching character is a challenge in your classroom. Just a very quick connection. So after watching this video, I was thinking, okay, so chopsticks were invented from branches, which were like 是木头, right? But Kuai is the character, the radical, is bamboo. Kuai is bamboo, radical, right? So if I were to teach the lesson by using this video and to teach character, that probably would be one of my connections that I would make in my classroom to really spark students' curiosity, right? So this is a legend that we hear, but why is the Chinese character Kuai has a bamboo radical? Okay, so just wanted to share with all of you real quick. And 李红老师，我就很喜欢你刚刚的那个思维方式 and which really takes us back to the framing in the beginning, right? So when we teach Mandarin, we're not just teaching the language, we're teaching the people who speak the language and we're teaching the culture. And sometimes when we think about culture, we think about the holidays, we think about the food that we eat, and sometimes we just don't see it, like the mundane things. 就是家里面平时我们每天都在做，每天都在用的东西，我们很习以为常的东西，我们不觉得它们是我们文化的一部分。但是其实我们每一天在做的事情、在说的话、在用的东西，都可能是我们文化的一部分。And they can all become a lesson for our students and to engage them, to really expand their perspectives in viewing the world. So that's the connection that I want to make. Jill, do you want me to stop here? I don't know. Is Jill here? So I have a few more.
Sorry, I couldn't find that. I'm here. I'm definitely here, and I was definitely paying attention.
Okay,
I could
so
not find it.
yeah. So we won't be able to finish all the examples here. And next session, we're going to focus more on the culturally relevant and responsive teaching in Mandarin classroom. And we can definitely talk more about these literatures, the examples here. And I just want to ask a quick question. Have you ever heard about the framing of mirrors, windows, and sliding glass doors?
I'm going to put in the chat a resource that Wang Lao Yan Yan you created. Remember the chat mat aligned to the revised standards?
Yeah, so I think, would you like me to answer?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. So I think it's basically so that those type of products, right, that we're currently looking at, the books, for example, that they give a glimpse. So they act as a mirror or as a window or even as a sliding glass door into cultural perspectives.
Thank you. Yes, very good. And definitely we'll share more, next time when we see each other. But I do want to like kind of get you to start thinking about these questions because we do have like instructional language 就是在课堂上的时候，大概要比如说95%以上要用中文啊，或者是什么。So some of you may have concerns about using books or materials in English, but I do think these can be implemented into your classroom as great resources. And we'll talk about how we can use these resources, but then at the same time also encourage students to engage in academic conversations in Mandarin and to learn Mandarin language. We'll definitely talk more about this.
Thanks. Should I take over?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I just put in the chat. So next session, which is next Thursday, the 6th, I was going to lead that and really just have some information on the revised standards and some simplified Chinese Mandarin specific resources in case you're not aware of them. And so this one I'm putting in the chat specifically is something that on the English side and in the Spanish, French, and Italian side, there are these intercultural chat mats, and Wang Lao last year put it into simplified Chinese, so you should see that. And this is thinking prompts and sentence starters to help students have conversations about what do they see. And really, that's how you're helping students get to standards 4 and 5. So if you go down, so there's the one in English, and it's recommended you have this printed. And Gavin, if you're teaching Spanish as well, right? So English and the other side simplified Chinese, English and the other side Spanish, whatever. But it gives students and it could probably have pinyin too, right? Maybe we can add that in. But to help students really think about, and you wouldn't give them all the vocabulary at once, but to start to have conversations about what do I see? What's my own experience? That's that windows, right? And then the mirrors and then the sliding glass doors. So continuing to expand out and get to those cultural perspectives. So sharing that. Thank you. So just a few final slides. And so again, slide 20. So our next session, and thank you again for being flexible in this kickoff session that we had to postpone it, but I'm so glad we have such a great group. So next week, it's Thursday. I think this is our only Thursday. We're going to stick with Tuesdays otherwise. And I will be leading that session from 3 to 4 p.m. I apologize. I know some of you teach until closer to 3:30. This one, we'll record it. And the idea was that we were going to spend like 20 minutes going over the revised standards, but I was thinking it might be interesting to learn from each other and student work. And so I wanted to lead a learning from student work protocol and critical friends group where so I'm asking some of you who might want to put yourself out there and say, I recently did this activity, I recently did this project, or I recently did this task, and I'm going to share the task with you, Jill, and scan a few pieces of student work. You can take the student's name off. And it's a great way, I think, looking at actual student work is a great way to have a conversation about our instruction. So I am going to ask you to, if you're interested in getting feedback on a lesson and some student work, that would be great. I'm going to need about 4 or 5 of you to do that so that next week's session goes well. And then the other opportunity, slide 21, thanks for sharing, is that Dr. Du is going to be coming into town on Friday, November 14th. So she's going to be coming in from Massachusetts, and we had that day set aside for school visits. And these are supportive visits. We always come in peace. We meet with your administration, always talk about how great you are and how excited we are to have you in this cohort. And Yan smiling, I got to see her class today, but not nearly long enough, right? I love being there and helping as I can. And so I encourage you to sign up and let me know. Of course, we talk to your principal. And so it's just like an opportunity to get some supportive, non-evaluative feedback on your Mandarin teaching, which you may not have gotten before. So if you want to sign up for that, or there's a slide in the collaborative deck that you can put your name down there and talk to your administrator, and then hopefully by next week we can confirm. We have to kind of figure out trains. If you're all in Queens, that's helpful, but I think we'll be able to go to 3 different schools on Friday, November 14th. So it's definitely an opportunity for you. And she'll be coming a few more times. So the hope is that this year, each of you has a chance to have us come to your school, help actually meet your students and things like that. Okay, 427. Is there anything else? Oh, and the last piece is what's really exciting about this cohort. We get Dr. Du in synchronously during these sessions on Tuesdays. And then she has some coaching available, right? So she's going to have 30-minute slots. The Calendly link is there. I'll send the slides by tomorrow, probably tonight, actually. So you can sign up. And if you want to put the Calendly link in the chat, that would be great. And so, yeah, copy. Yeah. And so sign up for a slot. She might have like 8 different slots for a total of 4 hours between the 3rd and the 13th. It's a chance for you to just meet with her. I might join those, but again, if I'm there, it doesn't mean you need to speak English. I will put on my hat and join as much as possible. And so that's coming up. So next Thursday, I need like 4 or 5 of you to volunteer to really bring in a sample of student work so we can kind of talk through that. So I encourage you to continue to add on to the collaborative slides. That slide number 15 is a chance for you to put anything else you think you'll want to discuss in future sessions. Dr. Du and I will go through this and make sure, because this series is for you, right? We are giving you a space to talk to other Mandarin teachers, maybe in a way you haven't had a chance to before. So any other questions right now? And Dr. Du, can you go back to the slide that just has the dates on it, please? That is slide, I think 19, maybe the one before that. Oh, no, just kidding. This dates are all, oh yeah, maybe it's slide, I don't know, maybe it's further up. But next Thursday, November 6th at 3 p.m. is the next one. Oh, here it is, slide 6, yeah. So the rest are on Tuesdays. And so we have like the first or the second Tuesday of each month. I guess the second Tuesday. So can we, I'll stop talking. Can we quickly take a picture? Oh my gosh, and we need to check our can-do statements. Can we go back to that one? I think that's slide. Okay, nope, today's can-do statements. Yeah, so thumbs up. Were you able to reflect on your personal teaching journey and classroom experiences, or at least start there? Yes, just like you do in your class, always check your can-do statements. Identified shared successes and challenges. Hopefully you're able to see connections with other Mandarin teachers. And rethink and start to really think about linguistically and culturally sustaining classroom practices. So we're just starting that. We'll have lots more on it. So thank you. Maybe stop sharing and can we quickly take a screenshot? Yeah. I love these. And I know we won't, and classroom visits will be a chance to actually connect as humans because the rest of the series is virtual. Okay, who's good at this? I always mess this up. Okay, lots of smiles. Okay. Is anyone really good at this actually? I'm like, okay, I think
you got it?
No, someone else do it. I don't want to mess it up.
Let me screenshot.
Okay, thanks. Okay, do you count down?
Right, okay, hold on 1 second.
Like in Japanese, we say, hi, cheese it. Do you count down in Mandarin? What do you
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll say 茄子1 2 3茄子
Oh, it made an actual sounds like an actual camera. That was awesome. Okay, so I have another minute or two if you have questions, and then I have a meeting very soon, actually with Fridolina. I know Dr. Du needs to leave, so I can stay for a few minutes. I'll stop the recording. And